What's
Use
up?
the right lane to take the ramp to
Shut up, Siri. I haven't even got started and you're already... Shut up.
Wait till you get on the highway.
All right, Siri. Sorry, guys.
Keep left at the fork.
Then I just tell you to shut up, women. On today's video, does money really change people? You may have heard the term, money changes people. It changes people who get the money, and it definitely changes the people
In
around
half a
you.
mile, merge onto I-75 South.
Women, I know where I'm going. Yeah, money changes people. No doubt about it. It changes people from being broke to being rich if they get enough. It changes people from having to work for somebody else and working for themselves. Excuse me. It changes people from not being able to help the people they love monetarily to being able to help them. It makes people go from being renters to being homeowners. It does a lot of change to your life. But there's one thing it shouldn't change, and it is who you are as a person. Unless who you are as a person sucks, and you guys change no matter what. But I thought money changed.
Continue on I-75 South.
You know, like when you
26
do get
miles.
money, like if you got like uncle passes away and you get a little bit of money, you might think, does money change your life? You're gonna see a lot of changes in people's behavior. But it's not that the money changed anything, it's that the money exposed who those people around you really were. Whether they were greedy, whether they were interested, whether they were a real friend or a fake friend. You're going to find out that some of the friends that you have when you're poor, they're the good friends to have when you're poor. Some of the best friends you're ever going to have as a poor person are going to make some horrendous friends when you get some money. Because they were good to you when you were poor, but now that you got some money, they're not good friends for you. And I know that most people will tell you, oh, you can't switch up when you get money. You gotta be real with your people, man. You gotta keep it real, dog. You keep it real with your parents and like your kids and stuff, but and real friends, you'll have real friends. But you're gonna find out that some of the friends that you were hanging out with when you were poor are not the type of people you want to have around you when you have money. And it's not that money changed you and now you think you're better than those people. It's that those people are just not good to have around when you have money. Those types of people are negative, they are envious, and they will switch up on you. And those are the ones that are going to say, you switched up on me. But it's really them that switched up on you. And there's a huge misconception that when you get some money, you have to be around the same people that you were when you were poor. That's absolutely not true. That is absolutely not true. Life, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's absolutely not true. I had some friends back in the day that were incredible friends when I was poor. And when I got some money, it wasn't convenient for them because there's people that are around you because they can extort you, because they have you around because they feel that they're better than you. But they don't want to see you be the alpha role. They want to play that role. They want to play the I got money role. They want to play that role of they got money. They want you to be below them. Well, you're going to find out that there's a lot of people that are okay being around you because they're showing off of their cars, they're showing off their lifestyle, but they have a problem with people that have more money than them being around. So they want to be the biggest dog in the room. They want to be the top dog in the room. But when you're the top dog in the room now, they don't want that. They can't stand that. And those are the types of people that you're going to have to weed out of your life, because you're going to notice right off the bat that people that you were cool with for many, many years all of a sudden feel distant from you. And the reason they're distant from you is because they have a problem with you being in a better situation than them. So again, when you were poor, they were great friends to have around. You know, you also got other people, and these are the bad ones. You got these people around you that they benefit from your poverty. So who can, you're like, well, Jose, what are you talking about? Yeah, there's plenty of people that will profit and benefit from your poverty. Just look at poor neighborhoods. You got the booze store, you got the pawnbroker, you got the cash check advance America. What America are they advancing? They're advancing their America, not yours. They're crippling your America. But there's a lot of businesses that profit out of poverty. And it's just like there's business that profit from poverty, there's also people that profit from poverty. Used car salesmen profit from poverty. Mechanics. You know, if you're driving an old piece of crap car, a used car mechanic can be your best friend. If you're driving a piece of crap car, a used car salesman can be your best friend. If you're poor and you're struggling, somebody willing to let you borrow $500 can be your best friend. But are they real? It could be that you're a mechanic or a used car salesman could be a genuine person. There's nothing wrong with being those occupations. They could be a genuine dude, for real. They could be your friend in poverty or in wealth. But you're going to find that some of the people that are your family members and people you deal with, co-workers and stuff, they're there for you because they can profit off you. So let's say you work with Larry, and Larry fixes cars on the side, during the weekends, and now you buy a brand new car. Well, Larry can't make money off of you anymore because that brand new car goes to the dealership, not to him anymore. So now Larry switched up on you, not because you were the problem, because you're going to find that a lot of people in your life are there because they want to feel like they're the top dogs in that social structure of wherever you live or whatever you're doing. They're the top dogs in that social structure. But the minute that you go above them, they don't want you there. And it's just it's wild how people think that money changes people. It doesn't change anything. Money doesn't change people, it just exposes them. It exposes everybody around you. And like I said, a lot of the friends that you have when you're poor are great friends when you're poor. But the moment they can't profit from your poverty and your necessity, they're going to disappear. I had a lot of friends that I was very close to. Really, really close to. I thought they were genuine. When I was poor. When I was needy. But when I improved my situation, they completely flaked out. Disappeared. There's nothing else for them to gain out of you. It's crazy. And you'll find too that when you're poor, a lot of your relationships are based off of necessity. Like I remember there's people who they were doing things that were wrong, and you just had to shut up about it because you needed them for some reason or another. But that's the thing about money too, you become independent, and now you don't need anybody. You don't need anybody at all. You don't need your uncle, you don't need your aunt, you don't need your cousin, your brother, nobody. You're on your own now. So now that you're not depending on their little community for help, you're out there getting it on your own. They can't control you. And a lot of people in those little social squares that you're in, when you're a poor person, they want to control you. They want to be able to have the ability to, because you depend on their little community, to be able to decide what you can and can't do because you depend on them. The moment you don't depend on them, they have no control over you. And sometimes our little social circles are almost like prison gangs. Yeah. You're there for protection. At the end of the day, that's exactly what your social circles are out here in the free world. They're like prisons. You join a little clique not because they're good people, you join them because you need them for protection. And once you don't need their protection anymore, you're on your own, you can expect some hurt feelings about you not needing them. The money doesn't change anything. It just allows you to see who people are. And that's another thing, sometimes I'll do a video somewhere that's really poor and run down, it's just in bad shape. And the locals are always going to say, where we live isn't that, you've never been to Detroit, you've never been to California. I see these comments every single day on my channel. I'm like, I've been in those places. Where you live is way worse. But that's the only thing they know how to say because that's all they know. They're used to it. But when you get used to better things, you go back to those things, you're like, this is garbage. It's all about perspective. But I don't think money changes you. Now, here's where you do have to be careful. So we talked about all the other people around you. Let's talk about you as a person. This is dangerous because if tomorrow every dollar you ever had disappeared and you went to being on a sidewalk homeless, would you still be the same person? Well, you are the same person. You should have the same moral convictions. You should have the same morals, convictions. All of that should remain the same. So what happens is you got somebody now, and they are a hard-working, industrious, law-abiding person. They don't break the law. They're good people. They don't break the law. Work hard, follow the law. Never did nothing wrong. But the moment their money disappears, now they're considering beating an old lady upside the head to take her purse. And that's what you don't want to become. You don't want to become that person who now all of a sudden, because they don't have their money, are willing to go out there and do anything to get money. And that is why a lot of times you'll see rich people do these incredibly horrendous things. Stealing from their employers or, scamming the old people out of their money and retirements and stuff. And you're like, wow, that's horrendous. That's really prevalent here in Southwest Florida. But what you got to understand is, now that we're evaluating you as a person, who are you as a person? If all your money disappeared right now, would you be a miserable person? Obviously, you wouldn't be happy about going from living from riches to rags. That's not fun. You get used to Starbucks, you get used to air conditioning, you get used to nice new cars, and now you're looking at a Burger King and wonder if they're hiring. You're definitely not going to be happy about that situation. But here's the problem. The moment you walk into that Burger King, are you now going to be a miserable, tainted person for the rest of your life? Because now your life's not as great as it used to be. Or are you going to be a happy person? You have to be determined, people, to be as happy poor as you are rich. There's rich people that end it all. It didn't bring them happiness. It actually isolated them from people, and it will isolate you from a lot of people, believe me. You are not going to bring money around a lot of people. It's going to isolate you, it's going to make you feel lonely, and you're going to feel like you're worthless. And you'll see people with millions of dollars. There's 2 old people living in a community in Naples called Collier's Preserve. This is like $1 million, into the millions of millions to live in there. I think the fee just to join their country club is like $80,000 back then. I don't know what it's at now. And these 2 old people ended it early. And you're thinking, wow, do you know how many old people die of old age in Mexico and in Cuba and in Africa and like Asian countries that are poor? All over the world, old people pass away from natural, happy with their 20 kids around them, surrounded by family members that love them. I went to a funeral in Tampa many years ago, and there was a person that passed away that had nothing. The person had a car, and it wasn't a luxury car, it was a normal car. And there was 300 people in this funeral. 300 people in a funeral for a person that all that person owned was 1 car. It's a beautiful person. This person's loss hurt an entire community. And this person wasn't even from here. This person came from another country. So those were relationships that this person built out of from their own heart. This person built relationships. This person who had no money, no nothing, had 300 people in a funeral. Now, those people were crying. They were in agony because they lost a valuable person. Not because they were leaving millions of dollars behind, but because the person they lost, despite only possessing a vehicle that wasn't that nice, just a regular car, that's the only thing they left behind, they were missed, they were loved by everybody. Now this person, on their funeral day, we had about 5 to 6 inches of rainfall. It was the most rain I've ever seen in Florida. You know, we get downpours here in Florida. This was the downpour of downpours. It was the absolute most brutal downpour I've ever seen in Florida. And out of those 300 people, about 180 of them walked 3/4 of a mile from the chapel to the burial site, wearing ties and suits and dress shoes through the mud and the rain. 200 people walked 3/4 of a mile through the rain to see her put in the ground, because she was worth it to all those people. And then those people got soaking wet and covered in mud, had to drive 3 hours in a wet car wearing a dress suit to get back to wherever they're from in Florida. That's how much this person mattered to everybody in that community. And people came from other states, from other parts of the state, and from other places to be there, because that's how important this person was to the community. And all she had was an old beat up car, but she was worth it to everybody there, because she was kind, she was loving, she helped everybody she could. Now, I've seen somebody else pass away with millions of dollars. And even after they're dead, there's people screaming at the corpse. I've seen this with my own 2 eyes. And it comes down to this. You can die with millions of dollars and not really be appreciated, missed. Crap, you could have people waiting for you to pass away so they can inherit whatever the crap you got. Or you could have nothing and have the respect and love and admiration of everybody around you. It'd be pretty if you could have money and respect and admiration, but unfortunately, that's a very rare thing to find. Very rare to find somebody who has both of those things. But I've been through a lot of rich funerals and I've been to a lot of poor funerals. And for some reason or another, there's less crying at the rich funeral. Not sure why. There's a whole lot more crying going on in poor funerals. There's fighting at both of them. Poor people fight at funerals with their fists. Rich people fight at funerals with their pen to see who's going to get the wills. And you think about all that. What type of person are you going to be when you pass? A rich person with 3 people sitting in the front row, where they have to bring in people from a church or something to sit there to make it look like it's a funeral. Or, and I'm tired of going to funerals. I'm gonna tell you about, if you live in Florida and you die, I ain't going to your funeral. You call me right now. I'm on my way to meet some friends right now. You call me right now on my phone if you want to talk to me. while I'm alive and good, you can come out here and meet me, and I'll drive. Today's a weekday, and I'm going to go meet somebody. And I'm alive and well. You got all the opportunity to spend all the time in the world you want with me. But when I pass, it's going to be too late. When you pass, it's going to be too late. I'm tired of going to funerals. I'm sick and tired. I lived in Bonita Springs, Florida. We had funerals every week, and I said, I need to move to a place where there's a baby shower every week, and I can't do this anymore. I told them, I said, hey, I'm done going to, I told everybody in Bonita, I said, hey, I'm done going to funerals. Everybody, I'm done. Hey, no more funerals. Can't do this anymore. No more funerals.
In 2 miles, take exit 191.
Invite me to a baby shower. Invite me to a wedding. I'm done with funerals. What are we doing here? No more funerals, people. If you got a funeral, find somebody else. I can't be there. Get me up to date on this GPS. Traffic is horrendous. Oh, the crap, there's always traffic around here. Dang it, traffic, you're in my way. Oh, they're dropping rocks. Ah!
You have to get off at this exit too.
Oh, there's 2 trucks. One roof. Ah, they're gonna break our windshield. I'm gonna back off.
We get a new one. Yeah.
Is this the exit? We're behind a landscape of one of these hurricane trucks. 2 hurricane trucks. I'm sure you can hear it. Just breaking glass. It'll destroy your car. How far is that exit?
1 mile.
We gotta pass this thing. Oh, there's one carrying rocks and the other one's carrying
Debris.
hurricane cleanup, and both of them are dropping garbage on the road. Oh.
This is why I don't like.
Look at all the crap coming off that truck, man. I hope the DOT catches you for that, buddy. I'm inconsiderate.
In half a mile, take exit 191 towards State Road 777.
No more funerals, people. I can't do this anymore. We were at the point where we were doing 2 or 3 funerals a month. I'm not kidding you. I was like, I can't do this. Call me when there's a baby
Take
shower.
exit 191.
I need some Mexican friends, man. They have baby showers every weekend. I love being around American people, man, but I can't do these funerals. These old people, can't do it, man. I need some Mexican friends. I have a baby shower and a wedding every weekend. I need more Mexican friends. Any Mexicans out there want to link up with me, let me know.
Road 777.
I need to link up with some Mexicans, man. I need baby showers, and I need weddings, man. We throw some parties out here in Lehigh, bro. I've been to some of these parties here in Lehigh. Cubans and Mexicans throw it down, bro.
State Road 777 for 6 miles.
Good times, man. All right, y'all. That's what's up today. Does money change people? I don't think it changes people. I think it just exposes them. Make sure it doesn't change you in a bad way. Money can change you in a good way. You can get an education. You can improve your family. You can help your parents. You can do so much more good with your money. Make sure it changes things for the better. But, once again, don't let it change who you are. Because if tomorrow that money disappeared, now you don't got those shiny rims. Now you don't got that sound system. Now you don't got that nice place to live. Now you're in a bad neighborhood. Are you going to be a miserable person? And I realized this when I moved back to Florida, and everything was kind of in the air, waiting to happen. And we were scared about the outcome of things. And I said, now I'm going to be a miserable person. I felt this. I was like, I'm angry. I'm miserable. I don't want to go work at a Burger King. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I want to be. And I became miserable. And I woke up one day and I said, no. No, no, no. I am not going to be miserable because I don't have money. And that's important. Because a lot of people in the United States right now, when they lose their money, the money runs out, rich uncle, rich grandpa's money dries out, and now you got to go work at a Burger King. Now you are the most miserable person in the world because now you don't have money. What the crap are they building out here? Unbelievable. Look at this. You guys see it? But you guys can see this. We're kind of in the Northport area. They're building like monstrous things out here. Like, this is like wild. It's just like a never-ending construction site out here. Well, guys, that's today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I can't believe how much construction is going on here in Northport. This place is going to change. I mean, look at the line of cars going the other way. Why are they stopped on the road? Well, turtle probably. Poor turtle's getting this. There's a car that stopped on the road to move a turtle off the road, most likely.
There's sleeping turtle preserves around.
Yeah, but the preserves are getting turned into roads, so the turtles have nowhere to go. So you'll see when there's these. Unbelievable. But changing landscape here in this is the Northport, Florida area. Look at this, guys. Just building, construction. This is a huge amount of growth going in this area. It's just south of Sarasota, Northport. All right, guys, there it is. Hope you guys like my rant.